Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
What's up and what's going on? What's going on, good people? Welcome. Y'all see we are joined by Sub-Zero. Let me shout out a couple people in the chat room real quick. Mike was already asking, is this another Sub-Zero classic? Yes, it is. And Freeman's Journal just said, you are just back all of a sudden. I feel some kind of way about this. Good to have you back, Bernard. Yeah, I've been very sporadic with this. But yeah, we in here. And shout out to Atonement. Said just became a YouTube member. Maybe you just, I don't know if you just updated your payment method or you just became one, but either way it go, shout out to you. Appreciate you coming back. And Deacon Dave hit me with the yo, let's go CP time. Always Jockey's Retros. What's up? Salute. What's up and what's going on, everybody? But as you can see here, we are joined by Sub-Zero. Welcome back. Yeah, unmute yourself.
Sorry about that.
Oh, there you go. No, we good.
What's up, man? What's going on?
Man, another day at it, man. Glad to have you back.
I want to say this publicly. I got something I want to say. I got to get something off my chest. I ain't tell you I was gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it. Ain't nothing bad. But I want to thank you, brother, for having my back last year when a situation happened. We ain't gonna go. I don't want to talk about it, but you know. Situation happened. I just want to thank you because I remember watching the video. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I remember watching the video, and I remember one of your videos. I wasn't here, and I remember you had. I was like, man, Bernard, all right with me, bro. Nobody better not ever say nothing bad about Bernard around me.
Yeah, them boys was wilding. I don't know what's up with some people. They see a black man doing something, they want to tear it down. And be black men that be doing it. Like you can't make that one make sense. But yeah, I had to ride on them for you. Yeah,
I remember. I was like, look, but no, it got me. That's all right. But look, man, first of all, I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to come up here today to talk about what we're doing at Lifting the Veil IT Academy and why brothers need to really get in this space and get their minds in the right place to be able to partake in this industry. Some things I'm learning. I'm studying some things now. What's up, Friedman? D-Rock. There's some things I'm studying right now that are really kind of just mind-boggling. It just boggles the mind with some of the stuff that I see coming down the pipe. And Netflix just got this new movie with Jennifer Lopez called Atlas. It's a pretty good movie if you watch it. And the movie's about artificial intelligence. And what made it really interesting and intriguing to me was the way the artificial intelligence moved. And so I'm learning how to use that. Now I'm doing certain things, and I'll be training people on how to use it later. But it's crazy how in the 21st century, literally 20 years ago, man, tech was just it's a few people in tech, but it wasn't a big deal like that, and now it's everywhere. Every company has it, every company. And so I just wanted to come up here today and talk about it and talk about what's going on and what we got going on. Really excited about it.
Yeah, when you talk about training people on how to use AI, were you more or less talking like how to use it or how to basically write and command it, or like because it's a whole different thing? I didn't know what you meant right there. What exactly do you mean by when you said teaching people how to use it? Because everybody's playing around with it on their phone now.
But what I'm talking about something way deeper than that.
Okay, so yeah, what you talking about?
But this is more so monetization. I don't want to put it out there. This is just a way to make money. And I've kind of been, my brother's really the one that introduced me to like an ecosystem of people that are making, a lot of money doing certain things. And so me and him kind of bouncing off each other, I'm trying to learn from him. He's already way ahead of me. So my brother's real quick. He'll pick something up in a couple of hours. He'll sit there and stay up to 4 a.m. till he figures stuff out. And because he does that, he's really bright in a lot of different areas. And I'm just kind of following along. But I'm intrigued with what I've seen him build so far, what he's been able to do. And I'm gonna bring it to I'm gonna bring it to the masses eventually. But right now, I don't want to speak prematurely until I know specifics as far as what's going on, how we doing things, how this can be done. But it has a lot of crazy applications to things that in the future, put it like this, things are gonna be, it's just like Bitcoin, right? Like Bitcoin, when it was $1, nobody paid attention. No, but now you took 1,000 and bought you a couple of thousand up, bought you 1,000 of them and locked them on a flash drive somewhere and just kept them, and right now you'd be sitting on the beach somewhere chilling. But, and the thing is, AI is next. And so I didn't want to go off on a tangent with that, but AI is really, really, really about to explode. I already see it. I'm more cognizant of things now because I've been kind of, playing with different things and stuff like that. But, it says, do blacks have the ability to abstract thinking? Ability to code requires it. Well, yeah, I think black people do. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about tech is that you have to be like a real deep, sharp mathematical wizard. You have to know. You don't. There's so many, like, tech is such a broad industry, and I've taken people that work with and I was on Erica Williams the other day. One of my students came up. This brother was a cable guy. That nothing about that is abstract, right? You just hooking up cables and setting up the box and leaving, right? Setting up the internet and walking out. You're not really getting all deep. So these brothers are making 6 figures doing this. And so it's a lot of people I've trained that are doing real well, and I've taken people out of factories. And so I believe what really helps, and this is what I believe about intelligence. You kind of sent me off on a tangent a little bit, but I love to answer this question. One of the things about intelligence I want you guys to understand, intelligence is not this big pie in the sky thing. It's really just the ability to distinguish, to notice the difference. And some people can notice the difference faster than others. And the faster, but what really dictates the winners and the losers are not the fact that you can identify, because there are plenty of people that are brilliant, that are lazy, that have mediocre lives. Then there are people that have half the intelligence of this person, but they have drive. And there's a book I love to refer to called Grit, Grit. That book is a must read. It's an audio book if you don't got time to read it, but it's basically talking about people that went to West Point. This sister did a survey. People went to West Point, and she got into what is the science of success. Like, why is it certain people quit? certain people. This guy got all the right everything, right pedigree, right degree, right everything, and he quits and he fails through Hell Week. They got something like, I think it's 2 weeks or something, where they do something when it's real difficult. You don't get no sleep, and it's from the time you wake up at 5 o'clock doing PT to 10 o'clock you in the bed. It's just nonstop all day, every day. And what happens is people burn out. But a lot of people, the people that make it aren't necessarily the smart people. And so I will make the case that tech is not this, it's really just how and who and where you go to get your training. Now, if you go somewhere and you get some training where they're just going to give you the actual technical knowledge of something, and they're not going to give you the understanding of Scrum methodology, they're going to have to give you a lot of peripheral things that come with that. What does it mean when I'm on an interview? What is this? What if I get an email like this? What am I supposed to do? Those are the things that really I see in my past experience have really been able to help people break free and break into the industry a lot more, a lot faster. So yeah, Black people are definitely more equipped than they are aware of. And there should be a larger swath of us in tech. A lot of us can do it. A lot of people, I got truck drivers that's making 6 figures now that were driving trucks, that were working in factories. So if I was able to do that with a fireman, a policeman, these aren't exactly abstract people. They don't make their dollars being abstract. And a lot of times, one of the things we really get shut out of in college, the reason I'm gonna stop talking after this.
No, you good. You good.
But one of the things that I noticed, right? You go to these colleges and universities, and what they tend to do is they say, okay, you're going into computer science, you have to take calculus, you have to take calculus 1, calculus 2, you have to take discrete mathematics, you have to take, and what happens is with us as African Americans, we tend to, if you know anything, if you read Thomas Sowell, you know Black people, really math isn't our thing. I know we suppose whatever built the pyramids, whatever, but we don't like, and it's not that we can't do math, it's that we don't put the time in on our homework nightly. So what happens is when you do go to college, you gravitate to the lower paying disciplines, which is why you got all these, most of our doctorates are in education. I'm talking, I heard some 70% of them. 70% of when a Black person has a PhD is education. So that just goes to show that's the lowest paying one out of all of them. Right?
Yeah, there go that wage gap that they complain about right there.
But the thing is, if they were to go get a computer engineering PhD, easily 150. I mean, you could just choose whichever discipline you want to go into. You're going to make a lot of money. And so the point I'm trying to make is that is what steers Black people away from the tech space a lot of times. It's not that we aren't capable, more so than culture, habits, tendencies, and just really a lot of ideas, a lot of bad ideas, things that people tell us, man, you can't do that, man, because so-and-so, you know, and then we listen to it.
Yeah, I'm glad you took the time to answer that question as thoughtfully as you did, because I looked at it, I read it, I just was about to write it off as a troll, but you know, even if he was trolling, in the midst of the trolling, there sometimes are good questions that are worthy of an answer. So I'm glad you took the time to really, you know, to give a good solid answer to that. That was good. Shout out to Salty Balls, and I'm glad you came through and dropped something on it, because you reminded me what I forgot to do at the beginning of the show, but no better time than right now to go ahead and get it in.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Shout out to Salty Balls and Machismo TV. Salute to those brothers over there. I'm actually trying to pull up their links right now. Somebody who's the moderator could probably beat me to the punch. Pull up the link to Machismo TV. Could put that in the chat room. I appreciate it. But shout out to y'all. I do appreciate your brothers. But I'll get that link in the chat room in a second. But yeah, no, it was interesting when you brought up the whole AI and making money off of AI. And I know you got big plans and things that you looking to do with it and everything. But what are some of the ways? There you go, Salty Balls got it right there for me. What are some of the ways that people are making money off of it? Because it's like I see it everywhere, and from a content creator standpoint, I see a lot of people incorporating it into their content creation, but I know there's a far more just ridiculous side of that thing.
I'm gonna probably bring up one, I think, and I don't want to go too far into it because I don't want this. What we're talking about, right? What I'm gonna be doing and what I'm doing right now isn't AI. But
all right.
I will say this: there's this thing called Sarah. I think it's Sarah AI, and Tyler Perry was about to expand and spend $800 million to expand on his studio here in Atlanta. He saw Sarah. He saw a couple of videos from Sarah AI and hit the pause button. Because, I mean, you could bring that, look at it on YouTube. These videos are like watching a regular movie. And so I think what's going to happen is they're going to make it very cheap to do a movie. And people I think it's going to change who can create content. Like you got comic book writers, right? You got people that write comic books, right? You can give the AI the comics, and the AI can generate cartoons and video footage of whatever you give it. And it'll be drawn accurately, it'll look nice, and you can create a whole 2-3 hour movie. And I'm gonna tell you why this is crazy, because I'm a DBZ. I'm sure just about everybody in the chat probably is a Dragon Ball Z fan. Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah, well, at one point, yeah.
You got a lot of YouTube channels on YouTube that they just create their own content. But it's Dragon Ball, but it's they wrote it, they drew it, they animated it. Just imagine being able to take those videos, upload them, and then tell it, hey, spit me out a 2-hour full feature film, voiceovers with Goku and all the same Goku that you saw in the cartoon, all that, and just put it out. And it'll just spit it out in probably like a couple of hours. It just boom, there you go. I mean, that's where we're heading. So it's really an exciting time because, and I told people for years, for example, like years ago, I told people Star Wars, you can go watch Star Wars right now. That movie still is a great movie because it was quality, right? It was a quality movie, right? The way it was made, everything. But today, just taking a regular iPhone, little cheap iPhone, I'm talking about bottom of the line, standard iPhone 14, whatever they own now. You could film with movie quality. You can make movie quality, picture, the actual granularity. Everything's gonna look real nice. And so I'm talking about all this to say technology is moving at a breakneck pace. We're talking in minutes. Sometimes stuff is improving. So I don't even want to get into the specifics of what, because that'll change the whole direction of the video. But just understand technology is moving faster and faster and faster every day. And so in order for us to keep up with this as a people, and particularly black men, you cannot think the old school way anymore. Because right now you got a lot of people in the movie industry about to lose their jobs. Whole lot, all those animators where they say it costs $400 million to make a movie. The movie only made $100 million. They lost money. Now, if a movie make $100 million, it costs you $2 million. There you go. And that's where we're headed.
Yeah, it's about to get crazy. Real quick, before we get right into what you got going on right now at Lifting the Veil Academy, just real quick, have you seen the movie? It's called either Simone or Sim One.
Yeah,
Al Pacino. Yeah, that movie was ahead of its time. That's all I'll say. Because everything that what people are doing right now or talking about doing or on the brink of doing, they did it in that movie. It was crazy. But all right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it. What's new and what's going on in the Veil Academy?
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm doing my class, which is the flagship class, which is the data analytics class. We started last night. All I did was just talk and introduce myself, right? I'm going to tell you like this. This class has produced, if I do the math, this class has probably produced, when I throw that $6 million annual salary, this class has produced probably most of it. And so the reason I'm talking about this is because I want you guys to, anybody that's out there that's thinking about trying to get into tech, you think, man, maybe I don't have the skills. I don't know if I'm smart enough. I don't know if I'm this. And we're going to talk about all those ideas tomorrow night in class. The reason I'm here today is because I want to let everybody know how much money can be made and how you can take your situation from 0 to 60. I was a produce manager, and I was making $13.50 an hour. After taxes, I was bringing home about $450 a week. And my first check was more than a month's take home off 1 week's pay. And so I 4X my income. All you got to do, man, and I'm saying all this to say, you can put yourself in a situation where you don't have to be struggling financially. A lot of us, and particularly as African-American men, shout out to one of my students, Marvin. He's been on your channel before. Marvin is in Guyana right now. He has his laptop. He brought his VPN, a travel VPN, and he's literally working. Been over there for 2 weeks. Still got another week, he say, then he gonna come home. That's the life, man. You want happiness. You want to be able to travel and live the life you want to live and do the things you want to do. Then you need to be able to crack a laptop open and make a few $1,000s in a week. You need to. And if you're not doing that, and I'm assuming everybody that isn't, at least scheduling a free consultation on the website and not talking to me right now, I'm assuming you guys must be making more than a few thousand a week. If you are, carry on. But if you aren't, and you're looking to make more than that, you're looking to get north of 50, 60, you're trying to get into that $2,000 a week tax bracket or more, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the elusive 6 figures that everybody talks about. If you want to get into that, then you definitely need to be considering coming to me. And another reason I'm going to say this is I believe I go the extra mile. I know I do. And so once you subscribe, and we're going to get into all that in a second, but once you subscribe to it, I can actually help you by grabbing you by your hand. I always told the students yesterday, man, I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to walk you through and into the tech world. Once you get a job, just reach back and give me a call and let me know. That's it. I got a few people that didn't, but it's cool. I got a couple of people that did that, but I don't have a problem with it. But the point I'm trying to make is when you get a job and you're working in tech and you're making that kind of money where you just sitting at home, like right now I got on basketball shorts and a t-shirt. I ain't been nowhere all day. I went down to the kitchen and fixed me a sandwich. That was my lunch. That was it. My son here, so I ain't been nowhere. But when he was in school, my day consisted of getting up in the morning. My wife takes him to school. I check my email. Then we grab my laptop. We hop in the car when she gets back. We ride up the street to the park. We walk 2 or 3 miles, right? Then I go back, check my email again, get ready for my stand-up meetings and stuff like that. All this is in the car now. I drive back and start, I get in my meeting. 11:30, 12 o'clock, we heading to the gym. Work out. That's an everyday thing. She doesn't work. She quit her job. My son's in private school. I'm not rich, but I have a comfortable lifestyle. Been able to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? This level of comfort was afforded by just me having a certain skill set. Before I got into IT, like I said, I was making $13.50 an hour. I had a suspended driver's license. And when I got into tech, I got stopped. I was on a project in Atlanta. I got stopped. But I had been making $47 an hour, $10.99. I had saved up like $14,000. And I had enough money. I had paid off $8,500 in Montgomery. And when they stopped me, I owed $5,000. Well, guess what? My lady went, got my checkbook, wrote them a check, wrote her side. Well, she actually had the money. I had to give her the money when I got out because she couldn't get it. But basically, I had the money to give her, and that's how I got out. I got my license reinstated and everything because I had the money. Now, if I was broke or if I was making $15, $20 an hour, which, let's be honest, guys, if you're making 50, you treading water right now. Rent alone is eating you alive. It's eating you alive. These hedge funds have come in, they took all their money, they dropped it. When the interest rates were cheap, they came in and bought up all the property. Then they're raising interest rates and raising rent prices, squeezing everybody. So the reason rent prices are going up so high is because of hedge funds. And so, but the thing is, if you're a guy making $50,000, how are you going to make enough money to break free and pay your debt off and get yourself situated with a down payment to even try to get a house? You could be broke with a skill set. You may have moments where something happened and your money kind of tight. And in a matter of 30 days, you got $20,000 back in your account. Because that's the benefit of having this skill. A lot of my students have 2 jobs. And I tell them to get 2 jobs because what that does is that allows them to really move. See, black people like speed. We like to be able to get where we want to go in a timely manner, and we don't want to spend all day doing it. And so with us, a lot of times I tell my students, look, when you get a job, work that job. Then when you get another job, open up a checking account in a bank in a whole different city. Don't get a debit card. Don't get anything. And then put every check goes into that. Make it a savings account. Every check goes into that direct deposit. What that'll do is that'll put you in the position to be successful, because when that money comes in, like, I had a job one time, side job. I worked that job about 4 months. Man, I saved up so much money because I ain't touch it. I didn't even check how much money was in there. I forgot. I would just submit my hours and not look at it. Submit my hours, not look at it. There's your down payment money right there for a home. You can go buy land cash. So it's a lot of freedom and that's not millionaire status. It's not saying that, but that's why you see so many people screaming tech. That's why you see people talking about it, because it pays. But the thing is, when you're trying to get in, guys, when you're trying to get into this space, you need somebody that can hold your hand and walk you in, because there is a learning curve for us as African Americans. You can't just go and borrow money like these companies want you to do. Borrow, $5,000, $10,000. You get their little certification training, then you go take the test. Oh, I'm certified. And then all of a sudden you got a job. It doesn't work like that, man. It happens. I'm not saying it doesn't, but if I had to put it in percentage, the number of companies where that's the case, we talking about single digit percentage out of 100. Single digit companies are just, okay, I'm just certified. I had students, we had the Blackest Tech Conference right here in Atlanta. I had students come to the Blackest Tech Conference, and they had just gotten their certification in data science. Walked in there and tried to talk to the people. They wouldn't even talk to them. Would not talk to them. I mean, they'll talk to them. I ain't gonna say that. They was, oh no, we need people. You got to have experience. Either that or if you're just not graduating college, we'll talk to you. So either entry level, just getting out of school. But if you like a truck driver or somebody that got certified, it's going to be an uphill battle. You're probably, truth be told, that's why certain certifications are better for getting started if you have no experience.
Oh, okay. I was just about to ask how you get experience if you don't got experience.
Well, certain certifications will get you a job, but it might be $15, $20 an hour, and you might have to do that.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to do that. I was never gonna go from making $13 an hour studying to making $13 an hour. If I'm studying, I might as well study something that's gonna pay $50 an hour. I don't want to do it. right? I need to make a few $1,000s. If I got to punch a clock, I need thousands. I don't need you to be giving me no $600 a week. That's cool for savings. I'll sit that aside, or I might put that in my son's mutual fund account. But I'm not finna be out here trying to survive off that kind of money. I would have maybe 25, 30 years ago, but not now. I need more money than that. And so, yeah, we need thousands, especially when you north of 30. You need more. You need to be making more money than that. I can see if you was 22, 23, and even if you are, get ahead of the game. But that's why there's always this back and forth between people that say certifications and the other people that say, you need real experience. Everybody will agree experience trumps everything. But yeah, if you got certain certifications, you could get that lower paying job. Me, I ain't trying to do that. So when you come to Lifting the Veil, that's why my students get the higher paying job, because I tell them, hey man, do this. When they ask you this, say it this way. Next time you go do this, say this. Okay, you messed up on this interview. You didn't do this right. Go ahead and you messed up, man. So you're probably not gonna get that job. That's okay. At least you recorded it. You came back to me. See, I got a motto. I say we don't play fair. We record interviews. I tell you where you mess up. So I give you a lot. So your learning curve is a lot, lot smaller than somebody that's just got a certification and passed the test and went out trying to get a job, starting at $15 an hour. That person probably has a 3 to 5 year to catch up where you are by coming out here, but you have to put the time in. Now, obviously, I'm not just going to throw you out there and you're incompetent. You don't know what you're talking about. We don't believe in that, right? And I'll tell you, man, you ain't ready. And so, when I was on the Eric Williams channel the other day, last week, the brother was like, man, if you can pass sub, you dang sure can pass a regular interview. Sub going to interview you hard. I have to. I'm going to drill you because I've been in the room. We've interviewed people. I know what these people expect. I know when you give me a whimsical answer, you sound like you struggling. And it's something simple, like, hey, what are the joins? And you struggling. I'm gonna tell you, man, no, you're not passing my interview. And the reason you're not passing, I'm not in love, obviously, but I do say the reason you're not passing is because although you gave me the right answer, you sound like you don't know what you're talking about. And that's going to lead to a lot of frustration. So you need to say it like this. And I tell them, I give them the answer back that they gave me, but I say it smoothly. I say, you need to say this, and this. See how quick and easy I said it? That's how you got that type of question for somebody with the claiming they got experience would probably need to be said a certain way. It just, if you've done it. And I make sure that you've done it by asking you certain questions to know that you did it and you didn't just go study some interview questions.
Shout out to Kristen Hutchison. He says, it's all true. I work from home, pays me top 8% income. Then I go to my rental properties, went to doctor, I walk my kids from school every day. Shout out to Christian Hutchison. Shout out to you. Do appreciate you coming on through, and do appreciate it when brothers who in that field confirm that what Sub is saying is absolutely true. As far as the brothers who's not in the field, I can hear the primary objection being something along the lines, okay, I work my regular job, we getting in 55, 60 hours a week. I ain't got time to be trying to learn a whole new language. What do you say to that?
I'm gonna put it like this, man. Time waits for nobody. And we record every interview. So let's say you miss a class, we record it. If you lack discipline, I'm not, oh, you'll be successful even if you lack this. There's nothing you can do successfully without discipline, right? Except be lazy, right? If you want something, if you're tired, you're stuck making 50, are you frustrated making that 50? If you are, what are you going to do about it? That's like a person that's 400 pounds talking about, I'm so tired of being fat. Like, come on, let's go walk around the corner. No, I don't feel like it. And that's usually why people don't lose weight, because they don't want to do the things that it takes to lose the weight. It takes discipline. It takes consistency.
But what's the time commitment that somebody would have to put in order to?
If you want to be successful, I'm gonna just tell you straight up. I've been doing this for 7 years. I know down to the T how much time it's gonna take you to get it. It's gonna take you 160 to 210 hours. It varies, but that's the range. Where by the time you put in 160 to 210 hours, you are what we call functional. That's what I want you to be. What does the word functional mean? It means able to move, able to do everything, able to do what you're supposed to, able to get the job done, right? And so when we say functional, that means not an expert, but competent enough to where if I walk in on a company and they tell me to do something, I'm not just like, what in the world is this? So it takes that much time, and that's self-study. That's not including class, right? When you take class, that's separate. Class is 3 times a week. I got class Tuesday, Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern, and Saturday mornings at 11. Everything is recorded, like I said. So if you miss it, fine. But you need to put in 10 hours a week of self-study.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. No, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. If we talking adding essentially to Monday through Friday, if we just take it Monday through Friday, giving the weekend off, just adding 2 more hours to whatever you're doing. Yeah, that's reasonable.
30 minutes if you got an hour lunch break, 30 minutes on your lunch break, 30 minutes in the morning before you get up and go to work, get up and study. Because I'm going to tell you, some of your best learning is when you wake up. I don't know what it is about your mind is clear, and things seem to stick better to my mind when I wake up in the morning. I don't know why.
Yeah, I got to try that one. That's a new one.
Because you usually think, oh, I still got that fog. I don't. When I wake up in the morning, if I'm trying to study something, man, I'm very quick. I'm sharp. I'm able to grasp it. But as you go throughout the day, fog kicks in. You got all this other stuff going through your mind. And so it's harder to concentrate. From my past experience of studying, that's the best way to do it. Take your time. Just invest in yourself. That's what this video is about. Y'all need to shout out to Bernard because he does a lot of videos like this about how to improve your life. He's not one of these brothers that's up here, oh, the black woman is this, and we just gonna sit and whine. No, he's like, man, look, let's fix it, because we're men. And that's what men do. We fix problems. We don't just sit around waiting on answers, waiting on somebody to fix something. I heard some brothers say, oh, you don't need solutions. Well, you need solutions for your life. You don't just sit around waiting on life to happen. You happen to life, right? And so that's the motto I live by. I don't look, man, when I first started, I had people telling me, look, man, you ain't gonna get no job. You go, I mean, you ain't got no experience. Yeah, you got a degree, but you have no experience. How you gonna get a job? And pretty much they were right at first, because I was going on interviews, getting my ass handed to me. And eventually, I found a company, paid $15,000, right? Got this training from this company, and here I am. Right. And then I realized, man, everybody can't afford $15,000, $20,000 for my computercareer.edu and all these different companies. So how are they going to get there? And that's where I came in. I said, man, if I ever get a chance, I'm going to help some people. And I started years ago. Before you started your channel, I remember I was on Oshay, and I used to say, people used to check my videos and, hey, man, hit me up. You want to learn IT? And I started helping people time to time, just, helping people get on. The next thing I know, it just took off from there. And it just turned into something else because people kept coming asking me to help them. And so for me, this is a labor of love. I make it affordable. We'll get into that. The pricing is very cheap. I don't like some people don't like the word cheap. It's very affordable, basically. So,
yeah,
but I'm going to tell you like this. You're not going to get a live video like conference. I'm not talking about like a Zoom where you just talking in the chat, you typing in the chat. No, this is a live video conference where just like you hear me talking, you can talk to me just like I'm talking to you. And so, how many? Wait a minute, did you eat the other one? Huh? You ate the other one? Yeah. Lord have mercy. Sorry about that, man. My son is just eating me out of house and home, boy.
Yeah.
Eating this little boy. That's all he want to do. Is sometimes he just eating away. But anyway. Well, he just had one. He ate it already? Huh. There you go. Lord have mercy. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Like, you know, a lot of people, you know, and I guess I lost my train of thought, but I guess a lot of people need somebody to hold your hand, walk you into it, and that's not gonna leave you and just say, okay, all right, man, I said what I got. Now you got to get it. And I always talk about how I teach, and I tell people I teach like I'm talking to a second grader, like I'm talking to my son who just came downstairs. That's how I do. Right? I try to teach like I want to be taught. When I was going through that $15,000 course, I was like, man, I want somebody to do it like this. I want somebody to tell me what it's like as a black man going out here trying to get a job in tech. Is it racist? Are they racist? Do they mess with you? You know, what happens when you don't meet a deadline? What happens when you screw up? What am I supposed to do? Oh, I got fired. How do I handle that? Right? What are the psychological things that you go through when you get let go from a job? Not necessarily fired, but you know, I've had students work 6 months, then they say, hey man, you know, this is your last 2 weeks. And they call me all depressed. They not a subscriber no more, but they call me and I talk to them. And I'd be like, man, look, you're gonna be all right, man. You got experience. Make sure you get everybody's phone number. Make sure you got the people. If you got real rapport with those people, make sure before your last day you send out thank you emails to everyone. Why? Because you want to build those relationships with those people. They are references. And when you got references, you ready. When you got references, people will hold you down. That's the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Yeah. He got references. That's what the background check. You're gonna pass the background check. Right? All these different things are what's going to make you more marketable. Now, how many jobs are you applying for per day? Man, I apply for 25 jobs a week. That's not enough. You need to do 25 a day. Well, I didn't know I need to apply for that many. Well, when you take this class that I'm about the one I'm talking about, which is data analytics, when you take this class, you have 14 different job titles you can go for. So when you go on YouTube, for example, and you type up a word search on YouTube as an example, because it's a search engine, you change one word in that phrase, it'll bring up a whole separate search, right? That's what happens with these search engines. It's the same thing with a job board. So when you go on these job boards, Indeed, Dice, Career Builder, Monster, when you go on there, you need to change the job titles that you're looking for. I give you 13 different job titles. You every day when you type up those 13 job titles, you're going to get a different list of jobs. Those jobs you apply for 10, 15 a day per job title. That's a lot, but 5 a day. Do 5 under this title, scratch it off. Do 5 under this, scratch it off. Do 5. Why? Because when I teach you, you'll be able to do all those jobs. Right? So if you want a SQL engineer, SQL database engineer, you could do that. Or you could be you could also say, hey, I'm a reports developer. I'm a Power BI developer or Tableau reports developer. These are 3 different, I just named out 3 to 4 different job titles. Each one of those pays 6 figures, each one of them. So you just have to know how to leverage what I'm giving you. And certain people get it, certain people don't. But when you grasp what I'm trying to give away, you'll be like, dang, I can't believe you're doing it so cheap. And that's what people tell me. You know what I'm saying? That are in tech. I was this girl, she was a DBA. She used to do a DBA class. She was charging $8,000 a student. People was going out taking personal loans. She was a nice girl. And she was good. She taught the class live just like I did. $8,000. And people was paying it. But she came and talked to my class. This is back when I was, way back. She came and talked to my class. She was like, man, y'all better take y'all really got something right here. You need to take advantage of it. And that's what my students do, man. You know what I'm saying? All I ask is that you follow directions. Give me my 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. You just will. You'll grasp the concepts.
When you was talking, you had said something about when you used to go on Oshay, and then people would hear you talking about tech, and they would, contact you for a consultation? Or I thought I heard, did you say that was sort of how all of this got started, how Lifting the Veil got started?
What initially started it was I did a video and I just flippantly said, reach out to me if you want to learn. I got you. And I had like people calling me, emailing me, so I started teaching. And I thought it was I'm gonna just do this one off. It's not because I'm being honest with you, I wasn't making no money off of it. I was just doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm making like $4,000. That's, it's not that much money when you're talking about teaching 5 times a week. Because at first I was doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning, and I was doing 2 and 3 hour sessions. Each session is gonna be 2 hours anyway, but I was doing till 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes, starting at 8, going to 1. Right. And I'm like, share your screen. And I'm people telling me, man, I don't know. I can't figure this out. We scratching our heads trying to figure stuff out. I'm trying to help students out. And next thing I know, I'm like, man, I'm getting tired. I mean, I burned myself. I did that for like a year and a half. I think I took 2 weeks in between each class, and then I just went back at it because so many people was hitting me. I was like, man, it's a real demand. But I wasn't thinking to turn it into something. I just did it through email. Like when I would do the class, I would just send people a link through email. Like I was not even thinking, okay, this is going to be a real actual class where I'm doing something like a Lifting the Veil. It was called Lifting the Veil, but I didn't think like that. And so when I started doing it, I would go on Oshay's channel and mention it. Like when we used to do them Sunday Rumbles. I used to be like, oh yeah, this is, he'd be like, this Sub-Zero. If you want to learn your tech, he might take 10 seconds and say that. Next thing you know, somebody calling me. Now, this is after class. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do another one. So before they terminated my channel, you could actually go back on my older videos, and I will be like, man, this is my last class. I'm not doing this no more. Because, I mean, it is taking a lot out of me. So, I do a class, I might get $3,000, and I'm teaching 4 or 5 months straight, 5 days a week, weekends. Yeah. It's just not worth it. It wasn't, because I wasn't trying to do it for the money. I was doing it just because I wanted to see people on. I wanted to see brothers and sisters get on and make money, and that's what it was fulfilling. But one of the things that really blessed me more than anything was just seeing people calling me and telling me, hey man, I appreciate you, brother. You changed my life. You did. And I'm like, wow. That was a great feeling, to see people say, hey man, you changed my life. One sister called me about 2 weeks ago. So she got a job in November last year. For about 3 weeks, the guy just let her go, right? She was depressed. I was like, that's only happened. That may have happened to like maybe 4 of my students since I've been doing it. But she was one of them, right? She called me. She was all depressed. I felt sorry for her because she had just quit her other job, right? So I called her. I said, look, you're going to be okay. I said, I'm starting this class, which is the class I got now. They're starting now, right? I said, you're going to be okay. Come on over to the class, and I got you. I said, I ain't going to charge you a dime. I said, I want you to retake the class. You need to be doing stuff. So as she was retaking the class, she was getting deeper and deeper. She was understanding a whole lot of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Man, 2 weeks ago, she called me. She's been working for about 3 months now. So she got a job in like 2.5 months, and I didn't even know. And she was working, man. She was doing pretty good for herself. She's doing pretty good. And she's been there almost 3 months now. And so I was like, congratulations. She's like, man, this changed my life. She said, I'm at home. So I have to get up in the morning. I have to drive all the way across town, go in the factory. I was working, standing up on my feet all day. Now I'm sitting at home in the bed. I just roll over and grab my laptop and go to work. Like that to me is life changing. At least it changed my life. Because I was a blue collar brother. Outside of when I flipped houses, and I did a few other things. But still, when I had to punch a clock, I had to go in and look people in the face.
Yeah. Mr. Walker in the building. Shout out to you. Came through, dropped $5 on. I do appreciate you. Said salute, brother. 100. Thank you for coming through, supporting the stream. So you had mentioned price. So that's what people want to know, they interested. What's the price for it all?
Well, let me go over here to the pricing part of it. So, number one thing I want to tell y'all, these are the prices, but I want to show you everything's discounted. This is not the price. What you see is not what it really is. I'm gonna explain. So the first month of the Access monthly class is 50% off. So all you got to do is when you're checking out, just type the word sub, S-U-B, like Subway, right? Sub, S-U-B. And that takes off half price off the first month. Man, look, half price, come in, check it out, kick the tires. You don't like it, unsubscribe. Upper right-hand corner, unsubscribe. No love lost, right? I don't think you're going to have a problem. This is my most successful class, though. All you got to do is just, if you come in and you really want it, you trying to get it, I'm going to give it. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. So if you serious, I got you. I got you. If you serious, right? If you coming in there and you think, okay, I'm just going to go to the class and I should know it just by going to class, then, you're going to retain about 30% of what I say, which is nowhere near enough to get a job. You need at least 85, 90, right? So that's the thing. Now, the one in the middle is 6 months access. Now, all of these memberships allow you to any class we teach. So if next month I start teaching, which we're going to do blockchain next month, then we'll probably have to do that AI class again because it's a lot of different things, and we'll get into that later. But even still, whichever class you want to take, you'll be able to come in here and sign up. That class, the 6 month in the middle, type the number 6. Just put 6 in there, and it'll take off $300. So that'll take that down. The one that's the most expensive gives you a year and 2 months. It's not 12 months. It's 14 months. Access to any class we teach that's under $140 a month, because I'm going to take off $700. All you got to do is type the word annual. People that come in and do the annual membership wind up learning, you can learn at least three different skill sets. 3. You got Salesforce, then we got my class, data analytics, you got blockchain, and you got, I've seen some people come in and maximize it. If you get to the end of, if you sign up for one of those annuals or even the 6 month membership and you taking the class and you've been in there and it's 4 months and you like, man, I got 2 more months. Call me before it's over. Before the 6 months is up, I'll extend it. So you can get what you're trying to get out the class. I ain't grimy like this. It's not about the money. I always try to help people. That's my personal phone numbers in the upper right-hand corner. So if you want to talk to me or anything, just text me, call me. Number right here, 678-627-2796. You can also book a consultation right here. I'm going to go to the testimonial section right quick. If it'll let me. It's not letting me. Let me just go down. So these are just a few of the students that took the class. This girl here, Tiffany, she was a waitress. She was waiting on tables.
Hello, my name is Tiffany Davis.
Hold up. Can you hear that?
And I took the class, and I just want to let y'all know it has been phenomenal. He first came in when I was waitressing at a restaurant, and he told me about the class. I became intrigued. He told me a little bit more, and then I finally signed up. I did not go through the whole round the first time. I did quit. And then I came back and I finished and completed his class. And after that, I was able to get a job. It was amazing. With 3 times the salary I was already making, and it equipped me, the class. So I was able to go in the job, and I was able to perform. So I'm going to say, if you're thinking about it, go ahead and do it. And thank you, sir.
Hey, I just want to take a moment out of my day to thank Sub for having such a wonderful class like Lifting the Veil. I took it a few years back. I was in the middle of transitioning from one occupation to the next, and his class really changed my life and gave me a new understanding of SQL Server databases and learning how to make my way in the tech market. I was able to get a job fairly fast, and I probably wasn't one of the most consistent in my studies. Like I said, I was transitioning from one occupation to the next. So I had somewhat of it was a distraction in a sense. I was having to leave there. I was also in school.
We ain't gonna play all of it, but I just want
great news for me and the academy. I got a job as an ETL developer with a company just outside of Sacramento, close to where I live. $50 an hour. It's a contract role, 3 months to start. They typically extend everybody 3 months at a time. After 6 months, if they like you, they typically convert you over to full time.
I mean, this is how it goes.
My name is Ian. I took Sub-Zero's Lifting the Veil IT Academy class. I doubled my income in 8 months. I was in the February class. I got a job in September, and I'm working remote, and I'm making $34 an hour.
This is.
My name's Lauren. Just got an offer for 74. I guess it breaks down to $1,000 a year.
That's my boy.
I took the Lifting the Veil IT course. It's an excellent course. I took the course, lasted about 3-4 months. After that, I went out and did the interviews and did some additional studying for another 2 months maybe, just for additional prep. And lo and behold, I landed a new job, got a new contract offer.
I've been doing this for a while, man.
All right, this is Johnny. I took one of Sub's classes. I'm a graduate, and right now I just started my first job. I quadrupled my income. 1 week paycheck can make what I used to make in a month.
So I mean, this is just a few things over here. People were talking about what they saw. I want you guys, look, man. If you're not making a substantial amount of money, you need to do something about it, because life is hard and it's short, man. And we ain't got time to be out here, especially as black men running around here, being dusty. I ain't gonna call it dusty, but just, being not in the same. When I say dusty, a lot of times when you see brothers and I see them begging a woman and she throwing them out the house, or she, when you got a skill, you laugh. All right, okay, get my stuff. Wait a minute, I was just playing, because he know, man, this dude making $80,000 or $100,000. He can get out there and do what he want to do. He can go get an apartment. He can go get a car. It's just different. That's the main thing I want you guys to get through in this video today, is that the class that I'm teaching, and let me show you. Once you sign up, because I'm starting a blog, I hadn't put any content up yet, but up here at the top, when you sign up, you got to log in first. When you log in, click Access Classes right there. When you click that, that takes you to the portal. These are all the different classes we offer. Right now, database administration, Salesforce, and data science, and data analytics. These are the 4. AI, blockchain, and blockchain aren't really going right now. But the point I'm trying to make is, when you come in, you click data analytics. That's my class. It's going to take you to the portal. When you come to the portal, you click this right here. This is going to open up WebEx, the WebEx application. That's going to allow you to see my screen and hear my voice. You'll be able to unmute. Just like when you go on like at a team, Microsoft Teams meeting, or anytime you go on a meeting and you just unmute, you can just talk. I don't have it where you come in there and you can't speak. Because at that point, what's the difference between this and some of that other stuff that you see out there? Mm-hmm. No, I want interaction. I need feedback. I want you to talk. I want you to tell me, Sub, I don't get it, man. I need you to go back over there. I don't know what you're talking about. You lost me. I don't get it. And when you do that, okay, well, yeah, let me show you. Let me go. I'll tell you what, let me draw a picture. That'll probably be better. Let me draw something for you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Once you grasp the concept, then we jump back into the code. You got it. And I start real simple with basic stuff. I don't go real deep and complex, and I don't expect you to know anything. That's black people need somebody that's not coming in there expecting them to know all types of stuff. Yeah, I expect you to study. But guess what? When you come to class, if you haven't studied and you paying attention, you'll retain some of it. And then you go study. Every time you come to class, I'm going to give you some new information for the most part. At least for the first month, I probably will. And after that, it's going to be repetitive for sequel. Then after that, when I go into the other disciplines, every class is going to be something new. Every class. And so you got to study. But at the end of those 5 months, 5 to 6 months when we're done, guys, you'll have so many different skill sets so many different things you can go out and jump into and get in it to just put you in a better situation to help you and help your family, help your children, help your significant other. It's just a lot of different things, man. That's why a lot of times I was talking, I say, when you get to a certain level, that's why, now I understand older men. When you see older men and they don't mind coming up off money, you be like, man, this dude just dropped $400 on so-and-so, so-and-so. That ain't nothing to him. That ain't no money to him, right? Oh, he low. That's how much? Oh, don't worry about it. Here you go. When you know you got a skill, you know you got money coming, you know you set, you're not so quick to just say, oh, I ain't doing that. Yeah, I'm not saying being wasteful with your money, but
right.
You can still be, you can be a man and be able to stay, because in the patriarchy, because I think patriarchy is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
In a patriarchy, the man, it's trade-offs. She submits, she gets something. If you can't give her nothing, then that's a problem. And so we need to, if you want to be a patriarch, got to pay the cost to be the boss.
All right. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you hit the like button and all of that good stuff. Y'all make sure that y'all see the number right there. Y'all see the number right there. You want to get in touch with Sub-Zero for more information on this. Just want to call, just talk to him, just ask him your questions. He's accessible. You could dial that number, he answer it. So make sure you do that. But what else do you want to leave him with here? What else do you want to leave him with here?
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this, bro. Look, man. Let me tell you this is kind of, if you remember the thing I'm telling you, just remember, grit is the key to success. If you understand grit, which means, are you willing to come in and put your steel-toe boots on and hard hat and gloves and get to work? Or if you got grit, you cannot be stopped. I was a basketball player playing in high school. I had an All-American in front of me. Coach had me deep on the bench, right? Never got to play. When I played, it was me and 3 other dudes fighting for 5 minutes of playing time, right? That's how much playing time we would get. In 1 week, I get it. Next week, he get it. Next, like that, right? And I remember going to high school one day. I was checking in, and I was telling my homeboy I was thinking about going to another high school. And he saw me checking in with my mom and pulled me over and sat me down in front of my mom. He went in the office. We went in there. We sat down. He said, "What you think you better than so-and-so? You think you better than Bug? Well, you ain't that. You ain't." I mean, he's talking like this with my mom sitting next to me. And, my mom was like, well, yeah, he needs to focus on his education. He don't need to be worried about all this. But me, I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm thinking that in my mind, like, and the next day I was gone. Because mom was like, you know what? If you mad like that, because I came home, I talked to her, I told her how I felt. I felt like that was disrespectful. She said, okay, well, go ahead and leave. That's what you want to do. Next day, I was at another high school. The very next day. Right? And so I made the team over there. It still was rough over there. It was, but it wasn't, I had to fight, man. What I'm saying is let's say I sucked. Let's say I wasn't a good basketball player. I didn't quit though. I grinded it out, wound up going to Brazil, playing basketball, Puerto Rico, right? Puerto Rico, Brazil, Paraguay, as they say, Paraguay, that's how they say it, and Mexico City, right? Those are the 4 places I've been playing basketball. But I did that, I just didn't quit, man. It's not that I wasn't the best. And it's not about being the smartest, not about being the smartest. Just don't quit. If you don't quit, it ain't nothing you can't do, bro. Because you got to think about it. if you don't quit, like say you fat, out of shape, you splurge one day, you lack discipline, you splurge one day, you eat. But then you get back on the horse the next day. Keep working, keep working, keep working, keep working. This time you go 3 weeks, you splurge one day. Get back on the horse. Keep working, keep working, keep working. You go, but notice you every time you're doing it, you chipping away. Because yeah, you might overeat, but you're not gaining that much in one sitting. You're just not. Right? So you do that. And over time, you get to a certain level. Y'all heard Kobe Bryant say, man, he said, man, just every day just get a little better every day. Don't look at the distance you have to go, just get a little better every day. He said, man, you do that for 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. He said, every other kid is playing 1 hour and a half twice a week. You doing 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, doing drills. That's why I love to watch Kobe talk about stuff like that. Footwork, he was doing all these different drills and exercises and weightlifting and balance, techniques and stuff. And he was doing all that, and it made him over time. And that's how I look at this right here, man. I'm Tim Grover. If you want to be like Michael Jordan, those people you heard, that was Michael Jordan. Those were the types of people that changed their situation and circumstance. If you got the balls, if you got the drive and motivation to go ahead and do it, then go for it. I'm here for you. I got you. I got your back. I got your number. You can call me, and I got you.
All right. Y'all heard it there. Y'all see the contact information. You know what to do. But all right, sub, man. It was wonderful having you on again.
I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely, man. But shout out to everybody in here. We about to wrap this on up. And once again, it's in the chat room, the phone number, call the man, go to the website, you know what to do. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let me roll. Hold on, wait, I can't find the closing out ad. But we out of here. Peace.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
All right, make sure y'all go and sub to Machismo TV and say it again if y'all ain't listening. Y'all see the number scrolling, y'all see it in the chat room. Y'all know what to do with Sub-Zero. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we out of here. Peace. We gone.
God bless.